sort of certification that's different than this?
Yeah, it's not specified in the thing. We go by what's allowed on the airplane. I'll pass it on to the captain.
You walked all the way back here without a mask over your nose. What's the difference?
You're gonna have to come off the airplane. They're not gonna let you travel.
What?
Non-mask compliance.
So I can't fly because this doesn't work?
Correct.
I'm here to ask you a question. Did he just get kicked off for wearing a mask?
It's between bites and sips, sir. You have to put your mask on.
Did he just get kicked off?
Sir, I don't know what's going on, but I'm asking you. It has to be in between bites and sips. That's the federal law, okay?
Sip. Now I'm biting.
Now put it back on. Now put your
Did
mask
he
on.
just get kicked off for
Sir,
wearing
I don't
that
know
mask?
what's
I'm out of
going
here.
on.
Forget it. I'm out of here. You know this whole thing's ridiculous.
It's not my law, sir. It's the federal government's law.
Okay, so first of all, that question that was being asked by the gentleman in the video, totally intellectually honest question, was that first man kicked off for wearing a mask? No, he was kicked off the United Airlines flight for wearing a pair of women's thong underwear in a weird mockery of a mask. And then I think the second guy got off the plane. So I'm going to assume that he was with the first guy, because that's a huge inconvenience and waste of money if he wasn't. But the first man, Adam Jen, was asked to get off the flight. It was set to take off from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, well, you know, it's a Florida thing. Anyway, after he got into a dispute with the attendants who had an issue with him simply wearing a pair of ladies' underwear in place of a mask. Brett, what do you think?
I think he should have been allowed to wear the ladies' underwear over his face if it covered the right part of his face. But it
was covering his nose. I'd give him a little bit of credit.
But it needs to cover his mouth. So if he has another pair of ladies' underpants, like I'm all for him looking stupid. I love the instinct to be like, you guys are all stupid looking. I'm gonna prove it by putting women's underpants on my face.
Yep. Hold on, in the chat, Brooke Mark says it barely covers the right part of a lady. That is true, and it did not cover enough of the guy's mouth, obviously.
This is what my wife doesn't seem to understand is all parts of the lady are the right part of the lady. And it's that kind of body shaming that makes me uncomfortable.
I don't like that our chat is so
the times
body
I see you in the same room
is how I'd put it. I'm being told by my producer that you're both too scared to refer to this as a particular word. And I don't think I was, but now I'm definitely not gonna use the word anyway. So
moist.
Why did this guy do, no, that's not the word, and shut up.
No, man.
By the way, it's female producer, just wanna make clear. So that said, why did he do this? Well, he's done it on multiple flights, so he knew he was gonna get kicked off. So he says every single flight has been met with different reactions from the flight crew. Some with a wild appreciation, others confrontational. He added that he was allowed to fly most of the time, but on this occasion, Fort Lauderdale was asked to disembark. He later received an email from United Airlines saying he'd been banned from flying on the airline while the company reviewed his case. Is he being honest when he says that sometimes there's wild appreciation? Do you think he has faced wild appreciation?
Listen, knowing plenty of flight attendants, they are the kind of folks who would be like, great job, sir. That is hilarious. You should do that literally everywhere you go. Really stick it to everyone here. Good job. And then they go back in the galley and they're like, I think I just convinced a man to wear women's panties on his face forever.
Perhaps. You know, one thing, this is probably assuming that I know too much about him. I would almost be okay with it on the flight. First of all, I don't want people putting underwear on their faces, like a general thing culturally. But like this guy's definitely had COVID, right? Like, what are the chances he's gotten to this point and he hasn't had COVID yet, and he just got it? That dude got COVID day 4 maximum.
Yeah.
But anyway, back in January, Insider had a little bit of an update on some of the stuff facing airlines. They'd had to ban 2,500 passengers for not wearing masks. United Airlines booted 213 passengers over it. 60 had been banned the week at the Capitol riots alone, as United has a hub at Washington Dulles International Airport. It's probably just a coincidence. It's not that those MAGA people definitely are all anti-maskers. Anyway, just don't. The second guy was definitely with him, right? That was not a random person who got off the plane.
I don't care.
Okay.
I love the
That's like
speculation. I love this game. It's a great question. I want to believe that this guy is like, he gets out on the jetway and he's like, I'm with you, man. And finally, I don't know what this COVID mask stuff is, but finally people are letting us wear panties on our face. I'm with you.
I want to do it for this reason. I have always wanted to do it for this reason. Hold on, we have one more comment from your wife who says, I very much like the idea of him sifting through someone's panty drawers to pick out the perfect pair of panties for his face. Like, I wish I could have seen him considering a few different options before going with the red ones.
So good.
He probably put a lot of thought into it, but not into anything else. He did his research on panties.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.